next videos in our series of live videos in which we cover studying in the Netherlands. I'm Thomas, I'm from the Netherlands myself, and today we'll be talking about financing your studies in the Netherlands. You can write comments on the video and I'll try to address them if relevant and if we have time for that. So first thing you need to know is that there is an organization for internationalization in the Netherlands, which is NUFIC, and they administer a couple of scholarships. The first one is the Holland Scholarship, which has about 1,500 people receiving it per year. This scholarship is for both bachelor's and master's students, and it gives you 5,000 euros 1 year, which means that if you do a bachelor's program, it only helps you in the first year, maybe to get to know the Netherlands, maybe find a job or something, but in the other years you will have to finance your studies yourself. In the master's program, obviously 5,000 euros can get you a long way, because most of the programs are only 1 year programs, so then 5,000 euros is almost, let's say 30, 40 to maybe even 50% of your tuition fee. So most universities participate in the Holland Scholarship program, not all of them. A list of universities and programs can be found on the website www.studyinholland.nl. The deadlines for this scholarship are 1st of February and 1st of May, that depends on the program. Another interesting scholarship possibility from NUFIC is the Netherlands Fellowship Program. This is meant to promote so-called capacity building within organizations in over 50 countries, including Georgia. And the idea of this program is that you are currently working in an organization in Georgia, and from that organization you're sent to the Netherlands to follow either a short course or a complete master's degree if you wish, to improve your skills so that when you return you can contribute to your organization with your newly acquired skills in the Netherlands. This fellowship is good because it pays basically everything. It pays your tuition, pays your housing, basically everything you need is covered. But the thing is that you need an employer's statement in which your employer guarantees that after 1 year of studying, you will come back to Georgia and you will be offered your same position or even a better one within this organization. So you have to agree with your employer on this kind of opportunities, and it's not always easy, but if it works out, it's a really good program. So that's about NUFIC. If we move on to bachelor's degrees, I can be quite short because there are very few scholarships available for bachelor students in general. Some universities might have their own program, but in general the bachelor's degree should be largely self-financed, you could say. So the last years, university colleges became very, very popular in Holland. University colleges are based on the American model of liberal arts, and I think there's about 8 of them in Holland. And the good news is that they have their own scholarship programs. We can go through a couple of them. Leiden University College in The Hague. They have financial aid programs which are tuition fee waivers ranging from 2,000 to 7,000 euros. Amsterdam University College, they have their own scholarship fund which can go up to 15,000 euros per year. And the good thing about these scholarships is that they are also for 4 years, not just for 1 year. So you can get, you basically have everything you need if you get those kind of scholarships. Some of those deadlines have already passed, that's important to know. For example, the Amsterdam deadline is still open until the 1st of April, but the one for Leiden was unfortunately on the 1st of January. Other university colleges that offer good scholarships are University College in Groningen, Utrecht University College, we have Maastricht, Erasmus, Tilburg. All of them offer some kind of financial aid for international students, and most importantly, students from outside of the EU, including Georgia. So to sum up the possibilities for university colleges, I can say that for this year, only the Erasmus University College, Amsterdam University College and Tilburg University College And I think University College Roosevelt, they are still open to apply for scholarships. For the others, you really need to start thinking about next year, so you can prepare for that in summer and be ready to apply December, November, maybe beginning of January. If we go on to master's degrees, most universities have their own scholarship program for master's degrees. These scholarships are always merit-based. We don't have need-based financial aid like in the United States. And the requirement for master's scholarships is high grades, basically, a good GPA. You need to be sometimes even in the top 10% of your graduation class, which means that from the group of students that you are graduating with during your bachelor's or maybe your master's degree in Georgia, you need to be among the best 10% of the students. You'll also need to prove this by an official statement from your university, which means that you have to go to your administrative department of the university and ask them to draft a letter for you stating that you are in the top 10% of your class and you graduated with high grades. Let's go to a couple of scholarship opportunities individually. First, I can answer a question. Is it possible to gain full scholarships on bachelor's degrees on the Faculty of Law? Well, first of all, I need to know in which university. In general, I think it's hard to say. There are not many, like I said, there are not many full scholarships for bachelor students. You might be lucky and find like private scholarships through foundations or certain organizations. But I can say that in general, and I'm thinking about all the universities, but I don't think any of them offers full scholarships for bachelor's degrees in the faculties of law, unfortunately. So a couple of scholarship opportunities for master's students. Popular universities are always the University of Amsterdam, the Free University in Amsterdam, University of Leiden, famous for its law faculty, Erasmus University Rotterdam, I don't know if I mentioned it already. So let's start with the University of Amsterdam. They have two kinds of scholarships for master's students. The Amsterdam Excellence Scholarship, which covers full tuition and living costs up to 25,000 euros a year. For this is the kind of scholarship that you need proof of excellence for, so you need to be in the top 10% of your graduating class. The application procedure for this scholarship is different per faculty, but in general you have to apply before the 15th of January. And your application, you just send it directly with your program application. The University of Amsterdam has a second scholarship, which would give you up to 6,000 euros per year. So it's a bit lower than the Excellence Scholarship. It's called the Amsterdam Merit Scholarship. And this one, the good thing about this one is that it can be combined with the Holland Scholarship that I mentioned previously. 6,000 and a Holland Scholarship of 5,000 gives you 11,000, and then it basically covers like your whole tuition. So it's very well possible to study in Holland also with a combination of those scholarships. For the Amsterdam Merit Scholarship, you also apply directly with the program. The Free University in Amsterdam offers a very similar scholarship as the Amsterdam University. It's called the VU Fellowship Program. It's a full tuition fee waiver, and also you need to have proof of excellence in your previous studies. The deadline for that one this year was the 1st of February. Then Leiden University, they have an excellent scholarship program that offers 10 to 15,000 euros a year. The deadline for the law programs is 1st of March, which is tomorrow, and the rest of them were 15th of February. Go through the list. University of Groningen has, apart from the Holland Scholarship, another fund that is maybe a little difficult to find, but it actually exists. It's called the Erik Bleuming Fund, which is a Dutch guy. And through this foundation, you can also get scholarships that offer full tuition, travel expenses, and more. But the deadline for that one is on the 1st of December. So that means that you really have to start thinking about applying there maybe in summer already. And the University of Groningen also has various other program-specific scholarships. Utrecht University offers the same kind of excellent scholarship, tuition fee or a tuition fee with even 11,000 euros of living expenses on top of that. You also need to present proof of your graduation class, like being the top 10%. And for this one you need to apply for the program directly, and after that you will get an invitation basically to apply for the scholarship. In general, I can say that most universities are quite cooperative when it comes to scholarships. It means that when you apply to a program, if you get accepted, they will generally send you back an email stating the scholarship possibilities that you have. But it's definitely worth looking into that before you apply, obviously, because you might miss any deadlines, or you might other things might happen where you cannot maybe apply for that scholarship. Maybe it's not enough for you. So don't rely just on that. Just do your own research. Come to us, and we'll help you with that. So to sum up, the master scholarships, most of them follow the same pattern. You need to apply early for them. If you want to apply next year, start preparing maybe in summer, maybe after summer. I would also advise in general to take application costs into account. Most universities ask for a 100 euro application fee. So if you imagine that you apply maybe for 4 universities, that adds up like quite fast, especially in Laris. Another good thing you need to know is that the national application system is called StudyLink. That application system allows you to add only 4 universities to your application at one time. This means that if you start your application, for example, on the 1st of December, you can only choose 4 programs. There is an opportunity, if you get rejected for one program, to delete it from your application and add another one, but that means that you really have to make a list of all the programs that you are interested in, look at their deadlines, and maybe figure out that if you have a program that has a deadline on the 1st of December and then another one that has a deadline in March, then maybe you might be able to delete the first program in case you get rejected and add that last program to it. But in general, that's a tricky strategy, obviously. So I would, in general, recommend to stay with 4 programs at a time, in a year, basically. So in general, I want to say that choose your program wisely, plan ahead, because there are definitely some scholarship options, but you will really have to look into them quite carefully, and you will also, there's a big chance that you will also have to finance a little bit of it yourself. So that actually comes back to the next question being asked. Can you study completely for free? Theoretically, yes, you can. But in practice, realistically, the chance of that is not so big. I don't think that I mentioned a couple of options, for example, the Amsterdam Excellence Scholarship that would give you a tuition fee and a living allowance that is really sufficient to make ends meet for a whole year. But most of the scholarships do not guarantee you staying for free for a whole year. So like I said, usually you would also count for some personal costs as well during that year. If there's no more questions at the moment, we're going to close the live video for now, and feel free to add any questions in comments below the video, and we will try to answer as many of them as possible. Thank you for your time. See you next week.